Then died one.
So what's your average bill through the year like that, Tom?
My bill's $4 and something a day is what it breaks down.
About $1,200, $1,300 a year?
Right. I
Okay.
can't make it work.
You're live.
Is the panels going to be suitable,
Right.
by the time you get paid off?
Well, let's go ahead and start the meeting. Pledge allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, everyone. First thing is to approve the agenda. I'd like to add two things to the published one. One is the Steel Benefit Client Service Agreement and the Highway Department budget that we received. Add that to the agenda.
So what are you adding at, Tom? Two?
At the, it doesn't matter. We can add it, yeah, after Pam Goffman, after three.
After three, okay.
If you good with that?
Sure. Make a motion to approve.
Okay. Motion made and second. Approve the budget with the two additions. What did I say?
Budget.
Budget, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the word budget. Approve the agenda. Yeah, that was quick. All right, so then the first thing on the agenda then is Pam Goffman.
Okay, the first thing I have is payroll that was distributed to the county employees on July 1st for
2002, it's 22.
Yeah.
Oh.
20 years late, Pam.
Say my paper says 22. $149,915.69. And we paid on that Friday because the council did pass to pay on Mondays, but Monday was a federal holiday and the banks were closed. And they will not push through a direct deposit, so we had to back it up to Friday.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, I'll second it. Motion made and second, carried 2-0.
Okay, the next is the payroll benefit claims for our county insurance payments that we had to pay out, total for $33,481.38.
So moved.
Second. Motion to approve is made and second, 2-0.
Okay, and next is our claims for county general. It was $261,354.48. Highway is $42,977.85. And then we had an advance of our telephone of $1,471.81 for a total of $305,804.14.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion made, and I'll second it. Motion made, second, carried 2-0.
Okay, that's all I have.
All right, we'll go with the Steel Benefit Client Service. You have that?
I looked it over and it reflects what he said in the meeting. He was here, what, June 6th meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the agreement reflects what he told us. I think you all have seen it as well.
Mm-hmm. Randy, you have any?
Yeah, I've read through it. The only thing, and I'm just going to throw this out here, I'm a little concerned about, he's bringing in part of the benefit package, and then we're having turnover in the auditor's office, and I don't have an answer, but some way where we can make sure we've got a package put together that, you know, we're not
Oh yeah, we still
overlapping
have,
and-
we still have our manual packages.
so that we
Yeah.
don't end up with redundancy, we don't end up with anything that we've developed that makes a little bit ornery to operate with, and that's my only concern, just so we stay focused on exactly what we're trying to.
And if it gets to the point, hopefully not, I mean, we will figure out a way that we can get those entered in, but I'm there with you, Randy. I probably will make sure I always have my manual package ready and to go if we need it.
But it's just how we can consolidate that. I know you're having turnover in that, and that just makes it that much more difficult.
It does, but the training's going good, so
Oh, good.
I'm very optimistic about it, so, yep.
Good with that?
Yep. I'll make the motion to approve the agreement.
And I'll second that. Motion made and second, 2-0. What
Thank you.
signatures do you need?
I think I got it marked. I think it's just yours, Tom. If you sign on the first line where it says on the bottom, Perry County Government.
Yes.
And then I'll fill in the rest for you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Next thing on the agenda, Steve Howe with the Highway Department annual budget that he did email. Did you receive it? I received it too, so did you have any questions or?
It's just a starting point, I'm assuming, then the council's gonna come in and take the hatchet to it, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the, right, but all of the funding comes from motor vehicle highway and
Yeah.
it's not out of the general budget, so, I mean, the money can't be spent anywhere else, so, but,
It seems he suggested, I'm sure he knows what he's looking at, I'm comfortable with what I read.
okay. Yeah, I am too. Maryland's done a good job.
It's not his first budget.
I'd say not.
So I make a motion to approve it.
Okay, and I'll second that motion, so motion made and second, 2-0. And then, Chris?
All right. First thing I have is, we went out for bids on 2 road projects. They were the Troy Ridge Road from Troy City Limits to Brushy Fork Road and Athens Road from Sulphur Valley Road to State Road 145. We broke it up into 2 bid packages. Let's see.
One's community crossing, others are lit.
Oh, okay.
The Troy Ridge is community crossings, right?
Let's see. So we received 3 bids on each of the 2 projects, so we'll open up the bids on the Troy Ridge Road one first. First bid, in no particular order, is E&B Paving Inc. from Clarksville, Indiana. So their total bid price for this is $485,311. And that's for the Troy Ridge Road from Troy City Limits to Brushy Fork Road. I'm sorry, should have told you that. Then they bid on the project from Athens Road from Sulphur Valley Road to State Road 145 near Bristow. That one is a total of $567,444.50. $567,444.50. And then the final one is let's see, Oneida?
Oneida.
Oneida?
Oneida.
Never been on, I don't know what that was. From State Road 66 to Crawford County line, and that one is $533,584.50. $533,584.50.
Thank you.
And I've been on that several times, so.
They've got their bid bond. Everything's signed. Non-collusions in here. Equal employment opportunity provisions. We typically look these over to make sure everything's here, but quick look through, looks like it's all here, subject to confirmation. So that's the first one. Second one I pulled up here is J. Trudeau. All right, so Troy Ridge Road, total is $527,432. $527,432. Athens Road, $648,977.60. $648,977.60. And the other one? $631,081. $631,081. I apologize for not being able to pronounce that, but I've never seen that word
Oneida?
before in my life.
Yeah.
O-N-I-D-O.
Oneida.
Is that how you say it?
Called Onadu, some called Onado.
Honolulu?
Onadu, that's it. Okay. I'll go with Oneida.
Yeah, I like it.
And the last one on this set is CNR Construction out of Corridon. Troy Ridge Road, $423,637. $423,637. Athens, $512,704. $512,704. Oneida, $498,659. $498,659. I checked the other one, by the way, and it looked like all the documentation was there, and this one. This one does too. Okay. Next set of bids are the same three companies, and they're bidding on Leopold Road from Old State Road 37 to South Leopold Circle Road, and South Oak Ridge Road from Bristol Road to Huffman Road. So the first one's EMB Paving. Leopold Road, $301,233. Excuse me, $301,223. 301,223. South Oak Ridge Road, $329,777. 329,777. Looks like it's all here.
Down here.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'll do it.
I get it.
Next one is J.H. Rudolph. Leopold Road, $288,044. $288,044. South Oak Ridge Road, $315,911. $315,911. All looks good. Thank you. And the last one is CNR Construction. Leopold Road, $258,080, 258080. South Oak Ridge Road, $283,920, 283,920. And it looks like everything is, yeah, everything's here, looks like. That's all the bids.
Generally don't accept them on the night of opening. We did make sure that Chris and Steve Howe gets the reviews, that all of them are what they should be.
Yeah, usually Steve and I will review them and get back with you for the next meeting, their Tuesday meeting.
Any questions or comments?
Say as long as they're legally put together, meet the requirements. We got our answer.
Okay.
It's a matter of going through it.
Yep. Table it till the next
Table it
meeting?
to the next meeting and make sure all that's.
Sure. And then we'll award it the next one, so they get started.
Right.
Yes.
Is that soon enough, Steve? Good.
I will second that motion to table it to the next meeting.
I will look them over and get right back to you. All right, back in June, we talked about amending the ARP money to provide for up to 1% of the funds to be used to retain Baker Tilly for consulting work, to make sure they were monitoring everything. They've sent us an agreement, which you all have seen, for what their services would be for this. So we have the actual agreement, which is ready for Tom's signature. You already approved it, I believe, the last meeting. If not, we can do it again, or we can do it. We also have an ordinance, which I forwarded to you, and it simply amends the plan that we have amended a few times previously, and it amends it to provide that an amount up to 1% of the total distribution may be appropriated and utilized to pay for consulting fees to Baker Tilly. And then we have an additional appropriation as well, appropriating, I assume this is the 1%, right? 37,234 would be the amount of the additional appropriation.
Up to.
Up to. Yeah, that's not a flat fee that we pay them, it's an up to
Yeah.
amount based on
They'll just
their
have it.
services of actual work, and they've got billing rates and all in here.
That is the total of what the 1%
Would
would go
be,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that, of course, goes to the Perry County Council.
Okay.
That goes to Perry County Council, if you all approve it tonight. So you can take these up, approving the ordinance and then the additional appropriation, or you can take them up together, whichever is your preference.
Comment?
Do them together.
Okay. Motion to approve?
Yes.
And I second that motion to approve both.
Okay.
Chris,
Sir.
I think at our council meeting, we did a motion pending your agreement here that we voted on it.
Okay.
Accepted. Is that correct, ma'am?
And then, Chris, you've already looked it all over,
Yeah.
so it's all.
It's all good then.
So also, if you're doing the agreement and the ordinance, are you doing the additional also in the same?
Yeah, the additional
Also, that
is
too?
also included, yes.
Okay.
Is this,
Where do they need to sign that?
Just down the bottom.
Oh, anywhere.
That's
is
fine.
this just
Yeah,
his name?
It's you, yeah. That is all I have tonight.
So,
Okay.
my question is there any other action required by the council, or are we good
The
to
council
go?
will have to approve the.
They still have to,
Approve the additional.
they have to actually approve the additional, you have to advertise it.
Yes.
It'll have to be advertised, so that can take place
In July.
The next-
at the end of the
We're
next-
still in plenty of
the
time.
next meeting.
Yeah.
So
We're
we can
plenty of
get-
time to get it on for this month.
So we can,
Oh, here's the additional.
we need your signature on the
Well,
ordinance.
if they've signed that one, that's fine.
I have all kinds of copies.
I was gonna say, what the
Here,
heck's
take
going
that.
on here?
Take it away.
Randy needs to.
Oh, the appropriation.
You sign too.
Okay, just on the bottom there. That's on this one.
I don't want any of this stuff. I'll just use it.
Okay, next on the agenda, Teresa, we got an update on the equipment and miscellaneous items, vehicles, county vehicles?
Yes, I did send, after the last meeting, I did send out emails to 3 different auction companies, Dixon's and Hawhees, and one that's owned by Roger Smith, I think it was like R&B. I got a response back from 2 of them. In the meantime, I did send out emails to all the county department heads, asked them if they had any items they wished to add, and if there was any items that they were in need of for their office, so that way, if there was something that somebody needed that we may have, they would get that opportunity to look at it. We had some tables, some cafeteria style, the older, heavier metal type tables, and we set those up outside one morning, and I sent another notice out to everyone, sent them a picture and showed them what we had out front or out back, and some of the departments picked out a few and some took a few, but we still have some left over. But the responses back that I got from Dixon's, Auction and Realty was that they would take a commission of 10% on the car, and all other items would be 30% of the total. And they would supply the labor to move it and advertise it and store it for an auction on a date that would be determined. And you know, if you're interested in doing that, then we would ask to be notified what those dates are. There was some people that were interested in some items that might want to attend that auction. The response from Hawhees was a commission of 40% on everything. Same type of thing. They would supply the labor to pick it up and advertise it and store it until the auction.
And no response from the other?
No response from the other. And, you know, again, we have the 2005 Buick Century, we have a few weed eaters, a lawn edger, there was a chainsaw out in the barn. I did ask maintenance to check those out to see if they're in working condition. I don't know if they've got around to that yet, but I do want to find that out before we have whoever come and pick them up. We've got some cafeteria-style tables. There's a few desks in the storage barn. There's a desk out at the armory, and we have the former Christmas tree that we used to put up here in the rotunda. That's out there.
Thoughts, Randy?
You really don't have much, from what I can see, the value. I mean, depending on the condition of the chainsaws and those things, if there's some,
Yeah.
they may be worth fixing, you know.
There's a really nice desk out at the armory that they have to get rid of.
Did you ever take a picture of that thing to see if anybody within the system?
I told them we had desks
Yeah.
and tables, and
Yeah. I think anything you could use internally would be a win
Yeah, I
compared
mean,
to what we'll get paid for.
I've sent 3 different emails out this last few weeks, so.
And so be it. The only thing, you know, Teresa, I had mentioned this, and I don't know how it would actually come about, but if you had like the vehicle and you had like an ongoing auction, like an eBay type deal where, you know, we set a minimum for the vehicle and then allow people to say, you know, 600, 700, 800, 900. If you knew what someone was bidding for it, a lot of times people would bid, well, I'll give you that much for it. We'll get a little more out of it. Now, whether it's worth the effort, I'm not sure. You know, considering you get 10% depending on how his auction is attended, or in something like that. I don't know.
Was he talking about just one live auction, or?
You all had mentioned about auctioning it. That's why I
Right.
followed through with
I
this.
assume he'll,
That it was
Sure,
mentioned
you'll
about,
follow
let's
another
just go through an
bunch.
auction
He'll do it
service.
sometime he's having an auction,
Yeah.
he'll just place it out front, and he'll move it through the system, be done with it, that's what he'll do.
I figured that's why he's waiting on the auction dates until
Yeah.
he knows.
And I don't know whether he gets a fair price out of his vehicles or not. cars are kind of hot right now, but maybe not that one. I don't know the condition of it, but,
It runs.
It runs.
yeah. So, I'm just thinking the maximum return we can get back from the county with the least amount of effort.
So what do you think? Wouldn't let Scott put them on his, or?
He's the cheapest.
What do you want to think about it?
Yeah, is there any, I mean, some of the people that handle used cars, I mean, would they, we got a couple used car dealers, I don't know whether they'd have an interest or whether we just send it to the auction. We have another black, is it a Tahoe that sits back there a lot?
It's a navy blue. It's a 2014
Dark,
Tahoe. We use
dark,
it.
dark.
It's used?
It's one of our county vehicles that.
Okay, I see it sitting there
used,
quite a
yeah.
lot. That's why I was just curious whether it was something what you'd like.
They'll start using it a lot more here
When
coming up,
assessing.
because they're getting ready to go out in the field.
So that's what they use for the session.
And we've used it for conferences. I've drove it to Indy a couple of times for meetings.
So the only surplus we've got is one car.
Right, because
Yes,
it's
the
not
white one
used
also,
very much.
yeah.
And there's an Impala that's used.
Mhm.
Quite regular.
Yes.
Steve, you don't have anything out there that's, you need to move on?
Well,
Uh,
you use your stuff up, you don't, I've seen your stuff. You use it, then you start robbing parts off of
We
it.
get all the good end and we can.
You know, we need to get, we've got a shed out back that's leaking. And then my understanding was that it was, the best thing to do was try to clear out the storage barn that's over the detention center, get what we need out of this storage barn that's out here in the parking lot, which will need to get torn down and
Mhm.
taken away. And it is leaking badly, if we get any rain. But,
No danger.
But.
I don't know, maybe we could put it on.
The things that they wanted to keep have been taken out and put
Yeah.
in the storage barn, but we still have some other items in the storage barn over at the detention center.
See if,
We'd
maybe
like to
see if
get
he
out of
wants
there.
the storage barn on the auction too. People,
I don't know about the shed, I don't know.
if it's any, I mean,
It's,
the auctioneers would tell you that, you know, if there's a market for it.
Somewhere or another, that's gonna have to be the next thing, it's gonna have to get taken away or taken down.
The
So-
hand tools, I would like for them to look at, and if they're a good brand, then maybe.
We
worth
really
fixing.
don't have any hand tools other
I'm
than
talking
that
about weed eater,
chainsaw.
chainsaw things,
Yeah, there's
because
a chainsaw.
if there's something happens, a storm of that, everybody always needs a chainsaw.
And I think Park and Rec, I think maintenance has that.
Yeah, but if it's a decent one, like a steel,
They-
you can fix it. And if it's not, then they need to probably go.
They were the first ones to look through all of that and decide what they wanted to keep. Just go by what they tell me.
Any motion?
Let's move it. Take it to Dixon.
Okay. Motion made to have Dixon's auction service put on their auction. And I'll second that.
Okay.
2-0. All right. Miscellaneous, anyone? All right, next meeting?
Okay, your next meeting will be on Tuesday, July 19th at 9 a.m. here at the courthouse.
I'll be here at 6, Teresa.
At night?
If the door's open.
What?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Sorry, go fast there. Do you have an update on the animal shelter?
I have contacted or reached out to the lady that Greg was dealing with, and she said that she's gonna get back with me when she gets her proposal together, that she was on vacation. Other than that, no one else has stepped up.
Is that April, or was that her name?
Shelby.
I'll have to look on my notes.
Shelby.
Shelby, I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. It was Shelby, yes. She was gone out of the country for a while, and then she got back in the country, and I reached out to her, and she hasn't got back, and I've had her Landers reach out to her also, so, and that's the only interest that we've seen so far on it.
Yeah.
Love to somebody step up, and we are open to anyone.
Do you have, does she have a timeline or anything where you think she'll get back within 2 weeks, a month, or, you know?
She did not give me an exact timeline, but
And are we still waiting for an event? Is that a problem?
according to Herbie, that's a problem that can be dealt with. That it's part of the contract.
I was thinking they did work up there at the shelter. Am I correct? I thought I'd sat through a meeting one time we were talking about it. So the shelter, I'm assuming, is ready to go?
Yeah, well, the definition of ready to go, I mean, it is in very nice shape, yes. And they
We're not
have,
faced with anything else we need to be looking at to renovate or whatever to get it, make it suitable for.
not that I know of. I would hate to go in there and renovate. I'm afraid I'd be doing something that wouldn't suit the new operator.
Yeah.
It's weather tight, the air, HVAC works, that's,
Yes.
that is.
The outside kennels turned out very, very well. They turned out very good.
Mhm.
So are they still using those?
We will use those for a very, very small amount of time. If we get a dog, we can take it there and we call her. She will come here and pick the dog up.
So
But
she's still
usually
providing that service to the county?
Yes, it's usually pretty quick.
Well, she, not,
Harrison
Harrison
Harrison County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harrison County, yeah.
This is a different
There was
individual.
a couple calls that they made.
We're in contract on a
Just-
case-by-case basis for them.
Let's not-
But I think the outside was really needed and I appreciate you all getting that because that is used.
So
Good.
is it working out?
Yes.
Okay.
What happens is when we get it, we call them, have the dispatch call them. It's on a CAD. CAD goes to them. They usually contact one of us and let them know they're coming to get him, and they, or her, and they come get the animal.
And the fund is building monthly, correct?
Yeah, we get rent.
Yes.
So it's just adding to it,
Yep, we're
adding to
getting
the
that.
pot. The deals are getting sweeter all the time. I mean, and I hope somebody can step up, I mean,
We're
and,
adding it in there. I think it's like
Mhm.
1,600.
So far, what she has told me, she's very excited about it. I think she was waiting on some budget stuff, and once that goes through,
I know she's been in contact with Herbie on getting some
Yeah.
budgets together, but she has not given me an exact timeline. All right, see you on the 19th?
Okay, so I take it I need to be getting a check from our copy, right?
You should.
Okay, so I put it strictly in the copy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wanna make sure.
That's making up the difference.